me set the scene. The year is 1938. A war rages across the Pacific, and a roguish adventurer sets out in search of a mythical treasure.
Indiana Jones!
Actually, no. But I like where your head's at, because we all love an adventurer with a heart of gold, whether their name is Han Solo, Malcolm Reynolds, or Henry Jones Jr.
He prefers Indiana.
Yeah, but how do you argue with Sean Connery?
I'm guessing what you're trying to say is there's a new name that's been added to the list?
Exactly right. The Mercenary Sea, written by Kel Simons with art by Matthew Reynolds, no relation to Malcolm as far as I know, introduces us to a new adventurer who is prepared to buckle any swash he comes across. Captain Jack Harper of the U-boat Venture.
There really is everything in this story that a pulp hero needs, isn't there? There's a treasure hunt, an arch-enemy, a ragtag group of misfits, each with their own murky past. Just add water and wait for hijinks to ensue.
And of course, water is important when you captain a submarine, and this is why I made the comparison at the start, because even though Mal and Han are both spaceship captains, I think the similarity stands up because the ocean is the new space.
Is it?
Yeah, I read about it in Cosmo.
Weird. Getting back to the story though. In the first volume of Mercenary Sea, Jack and his crew are eking out a living doing odd jobs for shady characters when they get roped into rescuing a stranded British spy codenamed Top Hat. From there it becomes a bullet-riddled, explosion-heavy scramble for survival, laced with mystery and intrigue. It's a pretty breathless ride.
There certainly is action aplenty, but there are also quiet, introspective moments which I think owe a lot to Matthew Reynolds' artwork.
The art has a very stylistic approach, heavy on silhouettes, with a bold colour palette. It sits perfectly with the pulp era. Even the character models are reminiscent of early stars of the silver screen like Cary Grant or George Papard.
If there's a problem with this first volume, it's that there are so many fascinating characters and not quite enough time to explore all of their personalities. But that only made me more eager for the next volume, as did the still dangling promise of the lost treasure of Kojira.
Yeah, there is a feeling of setup to this volume, but I think there's more than enough action and adventure to make it a good solid read, and a great appetite whetter for things to come. I'm going to give this one a buy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is definitely a buy from me as well. I adore this whole era of storytelling with its echoes of movies like King Kong, and yes, even Indiana Jones. You see how I brought that right around full circle there?
I'm not convinced that was planned.
You know what, I miss Sonia. She would have taken me at my word on that.
No, she wouldn't.
No, you're right, she totally wouldn't.